Hello everyone, welcome to English Now. Our today's topic is 10 things to do daily to speak English. You have to speak English, and in this video I shall be talking about 10 things that you have to do daily at home to be able to speak English fluently and confidently. How you will do that, you will get to know about this later on this video. But before that, we shall be discussing, as always, the video is going to be useful for spoken English learners and for those people who work in office or study in school or colleges. In the conversations involving meetings, exams and events, the video is definitely going to be useful for them, for all of those people. We'll discuss today 10 powerful techniques that most learners don't use, but they really work or learn in order to improve their spoken English. So yes, they learn, but they don't use these things, these powerful techniques at home in their daily routines. So we shall be discussing what they have to include in their daily lives. So let's start. The point 1 says change your mobile language to English. Yes, this is the first thing that you have to do. You have to change your mobile language to English. What will happen? You use your phone, you have to use it in English. When you see your phone, the settings or notifications or even battery low, when these notifications arrive, they have to come in English. Update available, if there is, you have to keep on updating. You naturally learn daily use words without effort. You don't have to put any kind of effort, and you'll be learning English also at home. The words, the sentences will come your way through your screen. This builds passive vocabulary. Yes, passively you'll be learning, the vocabulary will arrive, and along with that some sentences you'll get to see. So this is going to be helpful for you. You have to change the mobile setting into English. Now point 2 is give running commentary. Give running commentary. What is it? While doing any activity, speak in English. If you're doing any kind of activity at home, you have to speak in English. For example, while cooking, if you're cooking at home, you can say, now I'm cutting vegetables. If you're cutting vegetable, then you can say, now I'm cutting vegetables. I'm adding salt. If you're adding salt in food, you can say, I am adding salt. The food is cooking. If you're cooking food, the food is cooking. If you're walking, you can say, I am walking slowly. I am walking slowly. The road is overcrowded. If there are a lot of people on the road, you can say, the road is overcrowded. This is an activity, and if you speak this way, this improves spontaneous speaking. You will speak instantly. You will learn how to speak. So you have to keep on speaking the activities you'll be doing. Now we have point 3, which we are going to discuss, and it says use English for small decisions. So if you make any kind of decisions, you have to make the decision in English. How this is going to happen? Let's talk. When deciding something, think and speak in English. So if you have to decide, you have to think and speak in English. How? For example, should I go now or later? So for example, if you're sitting at a place and you have to think whether you should stay over there, be seated, or you should go, you can think or say, should I go now or later? Which shirt should I wear? So if there are lots of shirts kept in your cupboard, you can think, which shirt should I wear? Is this a good idea? So if there's any kind of idea that creeps upon in your mind, you can say, is this a good idea? Thinking this trains your brain to think in English naturally. So thoughts in English will creep upon naturally in your mind. The next point is point number 4, which we are going to discuss. Learn one sentence pattern daily. You have to learn one sentence pattern. Instead of learning random words, learn one useful structure. So there is one structure which is going to be useful for you. You have to learn them and keep using them instead of learning just a random word. For example, I'm used to. So if you do anything and you're habitual doing that, you can say I'm used to. For example, if you like watching TV, you can say I'm used to watching TV. I'm interested in. If you're interested in study, you can say I'm interested in study. Or in playing, I'm interested in playing. It depends on whether who'll go outside. So these are the phrases that you have to use before sharing your ideas. Practice 5 sentences using the same pattern. This builds sentence formation skill. You will understand how to form a sentence to be able to speak and express your ideas in English. Alright, now we are on the fifth point, which says replace one daily Hindi sentence with English. So if you think in Hindi, you have to now think in English the same thing. One word. You have to keep on replacing one word daily. For example, you can say, if you think this way, मैं अभी आता हूँ. So you have to replace this with the English word and sentence, I'll be back in a minute. So मैं अभी आता हूँ, as against thinking this in Hindi, you have to think in English as I'll be back in a minute. Slowly increase the number of replaced sentences. So this is how you're replacing one sentence from Hindi to English, and slowly in the coming days you have to keep on replacing the sentences which you keep on thinking on a frequent basis into English. Okay, now we have point number 6, which says practice why explanation. So there is a why question and you have to explain the same thing. So what is it? Let's talk. Pick any topic and explain why. Any random topic you have to accept, and after selecting that you have to explain why. For example, why is exercise important? So exercise is a topic and you have selected it. Now you're going to explain why is it important. Why should we learn English? So again, learning English is a topic and you're discussing why should we learn English. Why is honesty important? Another important thing, honesty, a good topic. When you explain why, you speak longer sentences. So you are explaining about something and you're talking longer duration about the same. So this will improve your fluency. Point number 7 says tell a short story daily. There is a short story that you have to make and tell daily. Every day tell a small story, a very small story. It can be something funny that happened. It can happen today or might be yesterday. You can share that. A childhood memory. If you remember anything happened in your childhood and you want to discuss it, you can share that as well. A movie story. If you watched a movie and you remember the scene of it, you can share that. You made a story and you told it. Now storytelling improves fluency and confidence. So you have to understand that you have to make a story. And that was the point 7. Now point 8 says use timer challenge. So what is timer challenge? You have to set a timer for 2 minutes. You can take your mobile phone and set the timer in it for 2 minutes. Speak continuously without stopping. You don't have to stop, keep on speaking. Even if you repeat ideas or say anything wrong, don't stop. Just keep on speaking for those 2 minutes, keeping in mind that I don't have to stop and keep on speaking. This builds speaking stamina. If you speak this way, you'll gain your confidence and your stamina of speaking will increase. Now point 9 is practice opinion speaking. Now this is another interesting topic, interesting point. It says choose a simple topic. For example, online education or mobile phones or even social media. These can be the topic on which you shall be discussing your opinion. So how you can say, you can use these phrases initially. The phrases can be in my opinion and then your ideas, your viewpoints, or I believe that. You can start with this phrase and then your viewpoints you can share. According to me, another phrase to start, and then what do you think, you can share that. This improves advanced speaking ability. So your speaking ability will increase this way. So you have to keep on practicing. Now point 10 we're going to discuss, which says think in questions. So you have to think in question. Let's talk about it. Train your mind to think in questions. For example, what will I do tomorrow? So if you're planning to do something tomorrow, you have to think what will I do tomorrow as against मैं कल क्या करूँगा. You have to think what will I do tomorrow? How can I improve? मैं कैसे improve कर सकता हूँ? You don't have to think this way. You have to think rather how can I improve? Who inspires me? If you get inspiration from anybody, you can say who inspires me? When you can ask questions easily, speaking becomes easier. Alright, with this we have reached the conclusion of the video, which says you don't need any kind of foreign country to be able to speak the language. You don't need any expensive course either to be able to speak the language English. All you need is that you need daily practice at home. Just 5 to 10 minutes practice every day can completely change your confidence, and you'll be speaking faster and fluent. Always remember, the secret is not talent but consistency. So you have to be consistent at your learning journey. You'll be able to speak the language fluently. All right, this was our today's video. How did you like the video? You can share your viewpoints in the comment box. We'll meet again. Till then, thank you.